are listening to The Hall Green Light. This is Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. So, I will link all of the necessary links in this episode to contact with me. You have questions, comments, concerns. Feel free to either shoot me an email or find me on Substack. Follow me on Substack. And also, I write on Substack as a supplement to my podcast. And it would be greatly appreciated to give me comments and feedback on that too. Alright, so I'm just going to run through a brief list of some of the podcast platforms that I'm on. And I'm working towards the goal of being on all of the podcast platforms. So, Audible for one, I'm on. Spotify for podcasters, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts, just to name a few. Now, this episode is all about the food aspect, the food culture, so to speak, of Greenwood Village, Colorado. All right, so in this case, let's dig in. Colorado. All right, so to me, what comes to mind? It's this. Of course, mountains, picturesque scenery, hiking, outdoors, being part of nature. All of those things come to mind to me. But, however, that's one thing to have these picturesque thoughts and I guess musings, so to speak. But it's another thing to go there and visit and see the scenery and eat the food and, ask people, the locals, hey, what would you recommend? Where would you go to eat? What are your thoughts about this? That's really the aspect of, I think from my point of view, of traveling, and particularly traveling to places that you haven't been before and that you want to go to. So, and that's my whole aspect of doing segments like this, of doing episodes like this. Talking about the food aspect of the cities, of the viewers who are listening to me, and give my thanks and appreciation by highlighting and circling and speaking on these aspects, and then as this series goes along, not only talk about the food culture, talk about literature, art, talk about fashion, talk about all sort of aspects of history, all sort of the aspects of what makes things, from my point of view, makes the cities, countries unique. It gets to the overall other aspect of me wanting to do this, to see things and talk about things, not just on a surface level, to dig deep within and to find out things, and the discovery of finding out things, looking at things in a different way, thinking about things that you never necessarily thought about before, and it gets the mind, and it gets mind to thinking, to, I think, leads to really in-depth conversations about the world around us. And I think that's a good outlet to have, to always have this sense of wonder and discovery about life. And I think that helps to not get into the pitfalls of, so to speak, well, not so to speak, of having the kind of artificial but real lifestyle, so to speak, of, it's very interesting. Our friend I had when I was back in college, back when the Hills were a thing, that reality show. So she made a very poignant statement. So she said, college in the most part can be useful, but at times, for most of the time, it can be that sort of thing where, particularly if you don't have set goals and you're just going just because someone said you should, or your family said you should, and you don't really know for yourself where you want to go or what you want to do in life, you can get sucked in, and it is perpetuated, and I've seen it firsthand, that it's reality, but it's pseudo-reality. So you get trapped and caught with unexpectedly, and if you're not careful, in a bubble. And you have the mentality to only see things from a very narrow, shallow aspect. And then on the other aspect of this, seeing things too broadly, where does that lead you? That leads to not really honing in and missing the point about the aspects of having a sense of appreciating traditions, where things come from, and really understanding things. And I think that it's just very good to have that set sense of direction, to have that sort of balance in between everything, to really, really see and get a better lens and a better focus on the way we move in life, the way humans move in life, the way we value things, why we value things, where does this come from, and how our differences can connect us in a lot of ways that sometimes some people don't think it can be an aspect to connect with something. And so to end on this point, it's one of those things to think about, the aspect of traveling and wanting to get the feel of learning about different cultures and different places. So once you've seen it firsthand and been there firsthand, and then you come back home, you start to have an even better appreciation of where you come from, how you were brought up, and all these things that I think comes with the experience of travel. And me personally, can't wait till I get to the aspect to where I can do that on a good basis with my family. And I'm very honored, and that my husband, before we met, that's the aspect of being a part of the military and all of this. The aspect of travel, seeing the world, and really understanding things. And I think that also the aspect of civil service in that way, it gives a grounded meaning of travel. Now, I think it gives a more of a responsible perspective about it. Because I'm not saying, traveling for leisure and, all of that, that's great, that's wonderful. But it just gives an added layer of depth when you are traveling like that to serve your country and to serve fellow man. Is something that is just a very unique experience to being a part of the military, being a part of the armed forces like that. All right, so here we go. Let's dive in. "67 years ago, Greenwood Village was a land strewn with farms, dairies, gravel roads, and a population of just 500 residents. Today, those rural elements have been preserved with the addition of a developed, dynamic blend of urban and residential areas, and nationally recognized business parks that contribute to the well-being of the village. Greenwood Village. The variety of options from casual eateries to fine dining establishment. Greenwood offers a diverse range of culinary options to suit every taste and budget. All right, so let's get into steaks. Just briefly, steakhouses and American cuisine. So, popular steakhouses, Rosie Diner, serving classic American fare for American cuisine, and Shana's Hazen's, I believe the pronunciation of that, is a popular steakhouse. And they're both notable in the area. So some international flavors. Alibaba Grill, offering unique Eastern cuisine. Just to name a few examples of that. And want to go on in for some happy hour deals. Many restaurants in the area offer happy hours and drink deals, making it easy to enjoy a meal or snack without breaking the bank. All right, so here is a brief list of fine dining in Greenwood Village. All right, just to name a few. Eddie V Prime Seafood is known for its fresh seafood and exceptional service. Eddie V's is a popular choice for a fine dining experience. Zinc Kitchen plus Bar. The modern American Bistro offers a variety of globally inspired dishes and an extensive beer list. Del Frisco's The upscale steakhouse has been a Greenwood Village staple for over 40 years, offering award-winning wine lists and exceptional service. And lastly, Jing. This unique Asian fusion restaurant combines flavors and ingredients from all over the world to create a menu that's both exciting and delicious. Okay, so this reaches the end of the Harvard Night. Tune in, turn up, and definitely take care. Bye-bye now.